Tiffany, and I am in the business right now of making the kind of YouTube videos that I like to watch, trying to give back, as it were. And so today, what I have in store, let's scooch this back up, is a thrift haul from my recent shopping trip to Out of the Closet. I had, the idea that January is a good time to go thrifting because, of course, with the holidays, people receive new things, and so they kind of like clear out the old, and with the new, out with the old. And so their pass on is my game. So let's get started. First up, I have this. I found this stainless steel spatula for only $1, and yet I do already have something that I use for a spatula, but it's not like this kind. It's more of a like the fish one that you can also use for fish, I guess. I don't know, but it works for spatulaing as well. But for $1, stainless steel, it's like very sturdy. Yeah, a good find. Okay, well, obviously I got a lot of breakable things because it's all wrapped up. They do a great job at my local Out of the Closet, making sure I didn't get my breakable stuff home. Okay, so for these, I actually, before the holidays, I had bought these exact, they had other ones of these, just basic cups. I brought them to the house that I share with my husband in Mexico. And yeah, we already broke one during New Year's. So I'd only bought like half of what they had at the thrift store before the holidays because I thought I would share the wealth and let somebody else benefit from the find of the basic, these they're solid cups. But when I returned, no one had bought them. And so I thought it was a sign that I should stock up myself. And given that it's like the house, we're hoping to start renting it out soon and have a little bit extra income from that. And so since, we already broke one of the cups, I figured that, this will make me feel a little less sad if one of the guests accidentally breaks one, to have plenty. So 5 of those. They says made in France. I looked it up at one point to see there's a brand associated with it, but I don't remember what it is right now. But these were $2 each. Sometimes I find the prices at Out of the Closet a little high for a thrift store. But again, it's for a good cause. So I don't mind paying sometimes. There was a Pyrex that I put back because it was it's a Pyrex container for $6. And I was like, that's not that much cheaper than buying one new, which I guess, you could argue the reason to thrift is just to not put a bunch of new stuff into circulation. But still, $6 for just a little Pyrex. It didn't even have the lid. It didn't even have a top to it. I would have had to buy the lid. Anyway, the last thing in this baggie. A lot of the things that I get at the thrift store, I use at my house, my apartment here in Miami, where I live for work for the time being. But when I go to Mexico to see my husband, I usually fill my suitcase pretty full with as much as I can carry. But things like this obviously make it very heavy, so I have to choose wisely. 2 more basic glasses. I think these are from the what is it, Duralex, something like that. Palax style. So again, it's just like, are these super valuable? Not really. I mean, I don't know. I guess they could be, but I don't think, this isn't something that I would like buy and like resell. Not that I do that, but I know that people do that in theory. So it's not like valuable in that way, but like they're solid. They're basic, good, reliable glassware. So that's like kind of my favorite thing to find at the thrift store. I guess one day I will have enough of it and I will just have to stop buying. Oh no, I didn't notice this before. It has a little chippy. It's not that hard. Maybe that happened in the. Oh well. Again, it's $2 each for the glasses, which I'm happy with. That's a good price. All right, now this big one. This is a good find. Speaking of Pyrex, this one was only $5, not $6. $6 too much. $5, I'll take it. But no, I'm just kidding. The $6 one was like a storage container, and like I said, did not have the lid. This is a mixing bowl, and honestly, it's because I have two other ones that they're smaller and they nest in it. The other two, and they have the lip like this. The other two are clear. The ones I already have. And this one is this like a nice, kind of a purpley shade, which I mean, honestly, that's what made me say $5, I'll take it, because it was, it's just pretty. It's a pretty color. This is gonna be hard to carry to Mexico eventually, but all in due time. Yeah, so I'm like, the house is on. It's like I guess it's a little touristy. Like people go there to just be in nature. It's in a they call it biosphere. So like it's like a natural preserve area, and there's flamingos there. There's crocodiles. I guess most people don't travel to see crocodiles, but it's a very natural setting, and it's just like a really small town. It's a good place to go just like chill and relax. That's what I love it for. And so when we started first talking about renting it out, I kind of at first was like, I don't want to share it. This is my place. But obviously I could be economically persuaded, because my goal, my hope is that really soon I will be able to live full-time in Mexico again, because that's where my husband lives. And it's actually very, very, very difficult to not be with him. It's hard for me to keep my motivation for work and all the things you do in life. Like, I don't know, cooking dinner every night, that one's like kind of a trigger for me. It's like a cooking dinner and then being like, well, I guess just for me, I sit here and eat alone, and the person that I feel like family with and build a family with, is doing the same thing on his own. So that's my ultimate goal. So that's kind of why we're trying to get our ducks in a row, so that we can have a backup source of income in case it takes me a little while to either find a job there or find some freelance work to do more remotely. So anyway, but it's going to be a nice spot with really quality glasses. So if you're interested in a quiet, nature-focused getaway with awesome second-hand kitchenware, hit me up. I think I should be ready by hopefully April 2025. That's our goal. Mi meta. Okay. This one, I went back and forth, debated heavily. I loved the speckly pattern. That was what got me. At first, I thought they were enamelware, but then I realized that it's not. It's ceramic, and so but it's this dappled ceramics, and does anyone really need a bunch of little cups to put things in? You can live without them, I guess, if you have bowls. But it's really nice. It's for dips, or I could see putting a salsa in it, or even, I don't know, melted butter if you're going fancy, making some crab, dipping the butter. They do have lobster in the town. Well, seasonally they catch lobster in Rio Lagartos, the town where my house in Mexico is. So those are definitely going there because I kind of have like a blue and white theme going on. Like nothing matches except for that there is like blue and white-ish dishes that are kind of all coming together, which I think is really pretty. I love that, like mismatched with a theme. Feels very kind of like, I don't know, like what you would pay, you know, $50 for at Anthropology just to have like mismatched with a theme situation. Okay. I don't want, in case I was the one that broke and chipped that glass, I'm trying to be very careful. Okay, so, yeah. There is something about that, like, the green glass, you know, so this is like 100% recycled glass. They could be, you know, water glasses. It could be a wine tumbler, like a kind of heavy duty one. And I already have a couple of like recycled glass ones there. Again, it's like, it's not like this is a, I don't think this is like necessarily like a rare find. This is not an antique per se, but you know, just some solid glassware, $2 a pop. Happy with that. And like I said, I already have some like taller water drinking glasses that are that same recycled glass with that, like, I don't know, it's just such a beautiful, the greenish tint that comes through it. I find it lovely. It reminds me of the ocean. So actually these like put together are pretty. The purple and the green. I love that. Okay, there was one last thing. That just reminded me there was one last thing I got, and so it wouldn't be a true, honest haul unless I showed it to you. All right, so the, so much paper now, which I guess I should rewrap these, maybe. Anyway, so the book section, okay, so the Out of the Closet can be a little on the, like I said, a little on the pricey side sometimes. They have really good clothes, but the clothes also, like, they're definitely charging more than the Salvation Army, the Goodwill, whatnot. But they do have, like, I think a good selection. Their home goods are very around across the board. Like sometimes it's just like wildly overpriced, and sometimes like with the cups and everything, it's like very reasonable. So anyway, but the books, that's where it's at, the steals, because it's buy one, get one, level BOGO. So this is what I ended up getting. I am going to be honest with you. I mostly bought this because of how it looks. Looks like a solid old book. It's actually just from the 1970s, which I guess is kind of a long time now at this point, but it doesn't really sound that old to me. Anyway, it's an English-Norwegian dictionary. Because why not? Why don't you need an English-Norwegian dictionary sometimes to, I mean, yeah, I feel like I'll look through that. It's a nice shelf book. And then I guess I was feeling the theme then, because I was like, what's my free book going to be? And I just got a thesaurus. I have found lately, I don't know, maybe it's like the growing pains of AI and search, but that like Google, it's like so much harder to search for things now than it used to be. I feel like I gotta like have my websites that I go to as like sources for things, but just like typing stuff into Google is like, I don't know, it's harder than it used to be. I don't always find the things that I'm like actually looking for, or it doesn't give me some sort of like creative answer. Too predictive, I guess. So I was like, you know what? I think it would be nice if I just had a resource and just pull. If I'm like, what's another word for? That's literally what a thesaurus is for. Finding another word for something. So, yeah, got my 2 reference books to round out my haul from Out of the Closet. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this little survey of the mostly cups that I found and bought at the thrift store, and yeah, hopefully I'll catch you again soon. Bye.